Sorry, you guys are going to have to listen to Pootie wheeze. He's laid snuggled up. The reason I wanted to tell you why I'm no longer doing church services, because a few of you have asked me about it, and so I wanted to kind of explain. The reason that I stopped doing it, hey, is a nurse. The reason I stopped doing it was because I kept getting hit with, hey guys, I kept getting hit with copyright messages because the church obviously doesn't write their own music. They sing things from the radio. So I was getting hit with it repetitively, and I was really afraid that I was going to end up like they can actually shut your whole channel and everything down. So I stopped. So that's why I'm no longer doing our church services. The reason I'm not at church right now is because Solomon and Olivia have been sick all week long. They've had a fever and a sore throat, and I woke up with a fever and a sore throat. So I'm kind of, honestly, I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of down with it because my dog is cute. He's a brat. And he's fat. Morning, guys. My Howie potato. He's the howiest potato in the whole bag. That's what I tell him all the time. But I'm kind of not like mad about being sick. Because here's the thing. Both of the little kids have been sick. And then, of course, the baby I babysit is sick. So I knew it was coming. But with us leaving for Virginia in 2 weeks, I'm glad I'm getting sick right now so that I can get over it and feel better. I don't want to have to go out of state and do a conference and be sick. So, and I thought it was so funny. I was going to bring this up too. You're really heavy, Tootie. Oh. I thought this was kind of crazy too. Last year, and even at the beginning, hold on a second. Let me adjust this camera. And even last year, we were so about talking about the conference all the time. Chicken noodle soup for you guys. I just about need something. But we talked so much about the conference. We were all excited. Oh, we can't wait. And now the conference is 2 weeks away and nobody's talking about it. I'm just like, we should have been, doing it now. Hope you get well soon. Allergies are cold going through here. I also just got out of the shower and kind of flipped my head upside down and blow dried it. So it's like all over my head. So if you see me touching my hair more than normal, that's why, is because it's all over the place. So I'm really excited about this conference and very nervous for two things. Number one, I'm excited obviously for tons of reasons, but I'm nervous because I'm actually going to get to meet Joel Salatin. He's like the godfather of homesteading. So it's like meeting a real celebrity. I'm excited about that, and I'm nervous about that. But I'm also nervous because I don't ever talk about this, but I actually have like really severe social anxiety. I was talking to Robin last night from Big Bear Homestead, and I was like, I'm going to have to like keep coming back to you and like clinging to you because I'm going to be so anxious. Like I'm going to need a grounding person that I can be like, okay, I'm here. And I can just be like, whew. I even told everybody the reason that I picked a hotel that I knew was further away from the conference, that not as many, there she is, that was further away, is because like when I'm done peopling, I've got to be done. We did the meet and greet back in May. Was it May? March or May? It was May. We did a meet and greet back in May with like maybe 20 people. It was not that big of a deal. It was not that big. But like on the way there, I was just like the whole way. When we got there, I was fine. Like I'm fine in the moment. I was fine the whole time. But then on the way home, I was very quiet. Like I didn't hardly say anything. And Jason was in the back seat because him and Robin rode with me and John, and he messaged me and he said, "Are you okay?" I think he was afraid to like ask me, but he said, "Are you okay?" And yeah, I'm okay. Just, I get so anxious. Like I was trying not to cry. So stupid. It went well. I had a blast, But then like the coming down of seeing all these people makes me crazy. Hey, make sure you take your earphones so when you need to recenter yourself, you can block everyone out. That's how I do it. That's what John does. You'll see him, well, if you ever are around him, if he ever gets his phone out and puts his headphones in and starts listening to music like he's trying to ground himself, John doesn't have social anxiety like I do. He just is not as big of a people person. And I was telling Robin, I was like, I love people. I love them. I don't like them. Like, I don't like people. Like, when I get around them, I'm just like, I can't like people. Like, they make me anxious. I'm heavily armed with oils. You might, like, I'm going to look like a greasy mess. I'm going to be so shiny with all the oil. Speaking of oil, I thought when you're in the shower and like you have those epiphany moments or whatever. I was in the shower and I had like the biggest epiphany. I was like, we are so dumb. We are so dumb. We take a shower, right? And you do it because you say, what? My hair's oily. I gotta wash my head. My head's oily. Then you spend a ton of money on these things that have like argan oil and Moroccan oil and all these fancy things with oils in them to put in your hair. You wash your hair to get rid of oil and spend money to put in more oil. Doesn't make a lot of sense. So, I don't know. That was one of my shower thoughts. No, I was not drinking this morning. And no, I'm not high. I have like these weird, like I stand in the shower and think, like I had one. You ready to hear this? And this one's great. Your bed is just a shelf to put your body on when you're not going to be using it. Think about that. It's just a shelf. You just lay your body on the shelf to leave it there until you're ready to use it again. Like, I'm telling you, my mind is a strange place that nobody needs to go. It's weird. So anyway, back to the conference. I'm excited. I'm also excited for something else. John's cousin, she just started her channel. I think her homestead's going to be so much cooler than mine. Not trying to like compare, but it's going to be much cooler than mine. I'm not sure I know how to pronounce her homestead's name. Hillbilly Hippie Homestead, Hillpy. She has like the best ideas. She's very into organic, natural living. She's very much into oils and herbs, and she's coming. She's actually going to be at my vendor booth. She's going to be selling stuff there. She's going to work my vendor booth so that I can socialize. Try not to have a panic attack. You say this right before I start to, but argan oil in my hair. Yeah, I put argan in mine too. But it's a comfy shelf. That's true. It is a very comfy shelf. But she's coming with us. Well, actually, she's coming up a day after we are. We're coming up on Thursday. Yeah, I'll be there Thursday. And then I'm actually going to be at the conference center working with Amy. We're volunteering to set it all up on Friday. And then, of course, Saturday is the actual conference. I'm excited. I am trying to sell some of my rabbits. Guys, I'm not going to lie. I don't want to travel with a whole bunch of animals. So, yeah, but you're my sister, so you are much cooler than her. So, this is what I'm planning to do. I'm trying to sell the rabbits now. Unless someone messages me and says, hey, I'm going to be at the conference. I want Willow. I'm selling Willow. Or unless they say, I want Eleanor, the black and white rabbit. I'm selling her. The only two that I'm not selling that I'm bringing are the two babies. I'm bringing little baby rabbits. I sexed them both. I learned my lesson from obvious mistakes I've made before. But they're both does. So I have two little girl baby bunnies that I'm bringing with me. I'm selling Willow and her baby. I'm selling Maggie, and I'm going to sell, I may sell Eleanor. I may keep her. I don't know. The reason why is because I have found a breeder that is almost in Virginia. She's in northeastern Tennessee. I'm actually going to be passing by her. And I've told you guys before, I want blue rabbits. Like, I really want to do the blues. Of course, I have Luna. I traveled an hour and a half to get Luna. But I don't really, she's she's more than old enough to breed, but I'm waiting until the spring. I'm not going to be breeding anybody else. Foxy is due. She's actually making a nest as we speak, but I'm not going to be breeding anybody else until springtime. But I don't want to cross Luna with Rex because Rex is a fawn. I want to keep him more with the browns and the fawns and the casters. I want to keep him with those colors and with chocolates because he throws chocolate babies. Anytime him and Foxy are together, they have chocolates. And that's who Foxy's pregnant with. And she's making a nest. So she's due on the 6th or the 7th. I'll have to go back and look at my calendar, but it's either the 6th or the 7th. So we should be having babies less than a week. But I want to breed Luna to a blue. Well, this woman has whole litters of solid blues. Then they will be doing it like bunnies, pretty much. So I'm going to, on the way to Virginia or on the way back, I'm going to stop, and I've already bought him from her. She's keeping him to the side, but I'm buying a solid blue buck. Now, if I don't take a ton of rabbits, or if I can sell Willow and I can sell some of these other rabbits between now and then, I can get a couple of blue does. Because some of her does are not related to the buck that I'm buying. So if I really want to do blues, I know that's silly, but that's something I want. Blues and chocolates. That's my thing. So that's what I'm aiming for. I'm also eventually wanting to do otters. Do you have goats? I don't. I wish to the Lord above I could have goats. Quick little update, because I'm sure you're probably new to this. We live in a subdivision. We didn't know it was a subdivision at the time when we bought the house. So we have to hide any farm animals that we have because we're not allowed to have them. So inside of my building that is our barn, I have, I raise rabbits and little Old English game bird chickens. That brings me to another thing. Old English game bird chickens, my little chicks. I have 3 of them. I love goats too. I would give my left leg for a goat. If I can do anything, I would love, love, love to have goats. That would be my thing. I'm the same way with my blue silver foxes. I'm trying to get a hold of a chocolate silver fox. Yeah, my barn's a secret. I have underground animals. Shh. Even though I officially learned from some of the neighbors that basically all of my neighbors know that I have the animals, with the exception of the crazy lady. All of them know. And I would say she's probably got a good idea. But, I mean, how could she prove it unless she trespassed on my property and took pictures? She can't. If I could come up with the money, if I can go to a lawyer and see if we can either remove the restrictions or see if they could find a loophole around it, then I would go ahead and re-fence it in and get a couple of goats. If I find out that I can't, I've thought about taking the money and putting up privacy fencing and having whatever I want behind a privacy fence. Who could prove it? You know what I'm saying? Unless, you're on YouTube watching and you know. But even then, I could probably still get away with it because I don't think they could consider that proof. I don't know. I don't even think she would want to go through all that. But I at least want to be able to let my chickens out. Speaking of being out, this morning I went out in the barn and I opened the door and there were rabbits everywhere. Last night I wasn't feeling good, so I had the kids go with me out into the barn. And when we got out into the barn, they helped me feed everybody. Well, when Mara shut the gate, I was half out of it. I didn't feel good. She left about that much of the little gate just kind of pushed to the side. She didn't have something pushed up against it to keep them from moving it, because they can move it. They're strong. Believe it or not, those rabbits are pretty strong. So she didn't push the thing back all the way right, and I didn't check because the barn door is shut. Even if they get out, they can't get into anything. They can't get out of the barn. It's fine. It's not a big deal. But I went in there. There were bunnies everywhere. And so I was like, what are you guys doing? And when I opened the door and they all seen me, they all ran back into their enclosures. So I didn't even have to chase them down. Good morning, Little Mountain Ranch. They didn't fight this time? No, they're not fighting, Sam, because Willow and her baby are in their own enclosure. And their gate was shut. They will fight. Willow will fight with anybody. She don't give a crap who it is. She is even... she's hard to breed because, like, when it was Blackjack, the other buck that I had, she loved him. They could breed. No big deal. You put her in with Rex, if she's not in the mood, she will tear him up. Like, she is hateful. Willow is hateful. And if she gets into the mode where she's wanting to, like, fight with the other rabbits through the cage, she'll go after her own baby who's in there with her just because she got in her way. Like, Willow is hateful. I'm trying to find someone who would want to take Willow. They could breed her, I guess, if they wanted to. But I want somebody to take her that wants to put her in the house. Willow is litter box trained. She will not poop. If you put her a litter box in there, she'll only go there. Like, she's really good. When it comes to people, oh my gosh, she's so sweet. You can pick her up. You can flip her on her back. You can kiss on her. Like, she's so loving and affectionate. But you put her around another rabbit and she's ready to throw down. Like, she's crazy. So my goal has always been to have full colony. Like, I want a colony of rabbits. I don't want to have to put them in cages. And with Willow, that's just not possible. I posted about it in the video the other day, day before yesterday. Willow is Willow and her baby, and I left her baby with her because I wanted her to, have somebody. But her baby has been in with the other bunnies, and they don't fight. Nobody fights. Just her. Just her. So she definitely needs to go into a pet home that will keep her inside. Like, she'd be a good indoor rabbit. I probably want to try to find somebody who's not going to breed her again. She's sweet, just not with other bunnies. Now I did post about this in the last vlog I done. Was I finally got all of the rabbits together. They all live together. My run that I had, that's kind of the L-shape run, and then the one beside it, the chicken wire is kind of getting old on it, and I need to swap it out. Like, I put that in when I first built the barn, so it's over 1.5 years old. It's had a horse in it. It's had chickens in it. Like, it's had rabbits in it. It's seen some wear. And honestly, chicken wire is not the most durable thing in the world. So I wanted to replace that chicken wire. And I thought that they had gotten to where, of course, like I said, Willow's psycho. Like, even if they're laying next, nobody will even go near her side of the, like, if they're in their pen, they won't go close to her wall, because otherwise she's over there like grabbing the wire and shaking on it like, oh, and she's like trying to jump, and she like launches herself. She's crazy. So I've noticed they've all been laying, even on the other side, they've all been laying up against the wire with one another. So they're pretty friendly with each other. Nobody fights through the wire. So I actually, I keep my bucks separated.
Mama.
What, baby?
The candy has no head, and the candy, but I showed the candy with a hair with no face on. That's hilarious.
Wow, that is hilarious. Shut the door. Something's hilarious. All my bucks are going to be separated, and that's the thing. Even, and I hate to say it this way, but I butchered a quail that was being too aggressive. I love Willow. Her babies have the most amazing hair. But I can't keep a rabbit, and my goal is to be colony, when she will never do that, because I'm having to use an extra cage space that I could use for my boys. Because right now Roni is in his cage is bigger than most rabbit cages. Let me put it that way. It's like 4 feet long by like 3 feet wide. So it's bigger than most rabbit cages. But still, I want him to be on the ground and to have like this big space, and he can't, because Willow's taking that up, because I can't put her in with the other rabbits. But what I did with the chicken wire, sorry, the baby interrupted me. I lost my train of thought. I actually cut like a rounded out hole in it, and then kind of flip the wires over so it was soft. Nobody could scratch themselves going in and out. And, hey, Leah. And then I just kind of sat and watched. I watched for about 30 minutes. Well, they were all there and they kind of watched what I was doing, and then they all started going in and out of it. Everybody was in and out of it. I kill chickens for food and I'm 12 years old. Well, that's cool. Hoping to see a buck about 8 a.m. tomorrow. I bet. But I'm sure it's the one with antlers. So I watched, and they go in and out. So now they not only have that big L-shaped run, they have the other run. They have, altogether, I think me and my husband measured it, they have about 60 feet square foot in one run and about 20 square foot in the other. So they have 80 square feet of space to play in. And now I left the chicken wire up, and so they've got these little tunnels that they dart in and out of. I'm planning to get some cardboard and probably try to make some tunnels that they can go in and out of and do different things. Like, I really want them to have, you want them to have a more natural, exactly, I want them to have a more natural environment. Like, Foxy's out there currently building her nest. Well, before she gets the chance to finish, I plan to go out there and put her something that she can tunnel in. I like them to have a burrow that they can have their babies in, not just, have their babies out on the ground just any old willy-nilly. I like them to have that burrow. So that was my ultimate goal. And so these rabbits, all the rabbits that I have currently, they all do really well with each other. They all are super friendly with one another. They don't have a hierarchy. You'll see them in there grooming each other, and it makes me happy. That was my original intent and plan. Just Willow doesn't fit into that, and it's sad to say because as a rabbit, I love her. She's a good bunny. But my old English game bird chickens, I was talking about that. I have the 3 chicks. I'm not going to bring them to Virginia unless somebody specifically says, when you come to Virginia, I'm buying those chickens from you. Have you thought about putting soil in the barn? Sam, I have considered, right now I've got hay and straw. The only thing is cleaning it out, I think might be harder, but I have thought about putting out soil. I've even thought about planting grass, like blocking off one half and almost do like rotational grazing. I've got a lot of thoughts. What will you do with all my rabbits? What I do with all my rabbits, originally when I first started rabbits, I had considered selling them or butchering them for meat. But I ended up buying mini recs, and mini recs are not for food. They're more for pets. And so I kind of just got into selling them for pets. I sell them for pets, and the money that I make off of them, I put into buying better quality rabbits, buying their food, buying their bedding, and just taking care of them. So they're self-sufficient. But no, I don't do meat rabbits. I could if I wanted to, but I don't know. It's not that I'm afraid of butchering, obviously, because that's not an issue at all. It's just I found that they make decent money and they can pay for themselves, and it's just I enjoy it. So that's just what I do. I'm like the worst homesteader in the world. I really am. Like, my channel says Hope's Homestead, but I probably should just change that. But I feel like I'm so far into it now, like there's no changing it. As far as homesteading goes, like I love to can. I love growing my own stuff. I love my garden. I love raising my rabbits. I love my chickens. And I think the reason that I'm like the worst homesteader in the world is because of the fact that I'm really restricted on what I could do. I'm in 4-H and I show goats. Oh, that's cool. No, I don't show them. I don't show the rabbits. I probably could if I started getting into pedigreed rabbits, but I've not done that yet. You have to have 3 generations back of parents, and I've not got that far ahead. I've only got partial pedigrees. I will slap you saying that. If I had more freedom to do what I wanted to, my homestead would be much different. My homestead is restricted because of where we live, and I hated it too, because whenever I first started having issues, everybody started saying, well, just sell your house and buy yourself a homestead. Well, that's easier said than done. When you live paycheck to paycheck, you can't do things like that. And so I really couldn't. We can't right now sell our house. We are in over our heads right now with our house, because when we bought the house, we both worked. And then when I lost our babysitter, we went from 2 incomes down to 1. So we are in a house that we can't really afford. We just can't afford to just up and leave. And a lot of people are in that situation. So I hoped that, by watching the channel, you see that there are some things that you can do. You can't do everything, but there are some things that you can do. And so right now, I'm just doing what I can with what I have. The desire of my heart would be for us to be able to have like 3 to 5 acres. Even, my kids are fighting. 3 to 5 acres would be perfect for what I'm wanting. I would love to have a milk cow. I would love to have goats, rabbits, chickens, and raise my own pigs. That's what I would love to do. But right now, I can't. I can't do any of that. So until then, do you have like yeah, I have 1 acre of property, but it's restricted. And so that means, you said you were 12. So that basically means that they put something on the paper that belongs to my property that says I'm not allowed to have certain animals. You do what you can with what you have. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just doing what I can. But the ultimate goal eventually is to get a farm. It's just waiting. The waiting sucks. Horses, and horses, and a cow. I know you're with me. I want a horse so bad. So bad. Ugh. You shouldn't have brought up horses. When I'm sick, I get really emotional. We were at the Royal King the other day, and we were walking through the aisles. I was so excited. I'd never seen anything. We'd never been to one. And so I was excited. I was like, oh my gosh, it's like Tractor Supply on steroids. And so we were walking through, and we came around the corner, and I started walking through the horse stuff. And I was like, it's stupid. It sounds stupid. But I reached out, and I was like touching one of the halters and stuff. And I started thinking about Rosie. Ugh. I'm going to cry thinking about Rosie. Dang you, Sam. And I told John, I was like, I promised myself I will have a horse again someday. And I told him, I said, this will not be the last time I ever have horses. But I'm also going to be very careful, because I will never do what I done. I will never have anything that somebody makes me get rid of. That was the hardest thing in the world, to get rid of her. Thank God I'm friends with the girl that ended up taking her. Like, we became Facebook friends. And I see Rosie all the time. Like, she'll post pictures and tag me in it so I can always see her. But I never want to do that again. Like, I didn't vlog that because that was really hard. And at the time, I was still kind of being really secretive on what I did. Like, I wasn't as open as I am now. But when they come to get her, I went in the barn, and she was in the stall. And I was getting her stuff together, and I was putting her halter on her and stuff. And I wrapped my arms around her, and I started crying. And I was like, no, I cannot do this. I cannot do this. I cannot cry over this horse. So I just told her bye, and then I waited until after she left, and then cried. Like, I was like, these people cannot see me fall apart over a little pony. They're going to think I'm crazy. But that was very hard, and I refuse to get, like, I could probably sneak. That's why I'm even being careful with the chickens. I could probably sneak and have more things. Sneak and have more animals. I could probably put that privacy fence up, but I'm so scared to do that, because I don't ever want to go through that again of building up all these things and having all these animals and falling in love with them, because you guys obviously know I love animals, and I fall in love with animals really easy. But I fell in love with all these animals, and it broke my heart so bad to see everything go, to literally watch people show up at my house and take my animals away. That was hard, and I won't do that again. So I'm not going to get anything that I can get caught with, for sure. But now that I'm crying, I'm really going to go ahead and get off here. My throat is hurting really bad and I'm pretty sick. So I'm going to lay down, maybe take some medicine. I feel like I'm starting to run a fever. So I love you guys, and I'll see you later, and hopefully I'll see you guys at the conference. And hopefully I'll be able to give you some links soon to the boutique that's going to be selling our shirts. We're going to be selling Hope's Homestead shirts. We're also going to be selling Southern Mamas. The shirts are really the cups are really expensive to create and sell, the Southern Mamas coffee break mugs. So we're actually, to save on cost and make it easier for us and to make it worth you spending that kind of money, basically we're going to be shipping out Southern Mama Southern Mama starter packs. So basically you'll get a coffee mug and a shirt for the same price. So that is what we planning to do. So I can't wait just to share that with you guys. She's not got her website up yet. She's not got, and because I could have went with a bigger company, I could have, but I decided instead to go with a small business. I felt like I want to support small business. She just started. She's got little kids. She's just starting her business. She's only been in business for 6 months. She's just got like a Facebook page right now, and it's a group. If any of you guys are interested in joining the group, just let me know. I will link you to her. But she, I just got like this great vibe off this lady when I was getting the Southern Mama coffee break mugs from her. And I want to support her business. And I just think I just wanted to partner with her. I felt like she was a great person. So if any of you guys have channels and you're interested in partnering with her, if I can just speak, just let me know and I'll hook you up with her. She's super awesome. Her name is Tiffany, and the name of her company is Raper's Vinyls or something like that. But the boutique that we're going to be selling all of our products through is called Grace and Rubies. I love it. I thought that was such a cute name. She sells clothes, and she also, of course, she does all custom things. So she's going to be doing all Southern Mamas, all Hope's Homestead from now on. I cannot wait to show you guys the shirt design that we have for the conference that I'm bringing, and it will be probably the more permanent design for Hope's Homestead. I really love it. So I love you guys, and I will see you later. Thanks a lot, Sam, for making me cry. Talk about my horse made me cry. So I love you guys. See you later.